in this video we're learning about how you can handle events with methods in React. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to open up VS Code Insiders or VS Code if you're using the full version. And I'm just going to do File, Open Folder. I'm going to open up that React training project that we created. Okay? So now what I can do is I can use the Control J or Command J if you're on Mac, and it just opens up the terminal. And now what I can do over here is I can CD to whatever code I have. So in my case, it's going to be React training, React training, and then I can hit Enter. Now what I can do is I can just do npm start, which will spin up the app on local host 2000. So right now it's just opened up a Chrome tab and we can see this spinning React logo, which is nice. Okay, so this is a new project that I've created. That's why we see that spinning React logo. Now I just want to start from scratch over here. So now what we can do is we can delete the test files, which are going to be app.test.js logo svg, and set up test.js. You'll already know about this. And then it gives us an error. That's because over here in app.js we're importing logo, which does not exist. And now we can get rid of this whole header tag and we can just say h1 hello. Right, and then we can have a button like that, and then we can just say click me. Okay, click me. If I hit save, we should see these things pop in. So hello React, and then a button which says click me. Okay, that's nice. So now the problem here is that actually when we click on this button, how do we actually get that the button is clicked and then run some code based on that? So that's what we're going to be learning in this tutorial. So for first of all identifying that the button is clicked, I'm right now clicking, so right now nothing is going to happen. Okay, so for identifying that we'll have to do on. Okay, and then note that I'm using a capital C, so on, capital C, and then when it's clicked, we can run some JavaScript with these curly brackets. Okay, and then what I can do is here I can just fire off a function called handle click, which we have not created yet. So we can go over here to the tab before the return statement, and we can go ahead and say const handle click is equal to an arrow function, like that, right? So now what we have done is we have just mapped this handle click function to this button when it's clicked. So the code inside of this handle click function is simply going to get executed when the button is clicked. So here I'm just going to say console log the button was clicked. You can of course do a lot complex stuff, a lot more complex stuff over here, but just to make things simple, I just did a console log here. Now if I hit save, and if I go ahead and do then I open up the console, and now right now the console is empty, right? Now when I click on this button, oh, the button was clicked. So let that refresh, and then I'm just gonna clear the console. Oh, the button was clicked. Again, the button was clicked. If I keep clicking, the button is clicked. Now I'm gonna show you the same example, but I'm gonna show it to you with an input. Okay, with input. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna change this click me to submit. And what I can do is I can go ahead and I can have like a form. Okay, so just an example with a form, and inside that form I can have an input. So if you're wondering what this is it's just an image stake. Okay, so form, inside of that there's a loop. We don't need the action. Get rid of that. Now we can get rid of type text because by default it's a type text. And now I can just go ahead and move this button inside of this form, right? Actually, if I make this full screen, it's going to be better. Okay, there we go. So that's nice. So now what I can actually do is, for this input, I can just have like a placeholder. We're not going to style this. Okay, enter your name. Okay. So enter your name, and the reason we're not styling this is because this is just a demo I'm showing you guys. You can have it like styled and stuff like that, and you can actually use it. Okay, so I can just make that also full screen. So enter your name. Now over here, what we did was just on click, handle click, right? But over here, what we want to do is each time a value is actually typed into the input, like how I'm typing in right now. So if I type in like hello world, so each time some value is actually typed into the input, we want to actually run a function. So that's what we're trying to achieve right now. Okay, just come over here. So the thing that we'll have to use is not going to be on click, it's going to be on change. Means each time the input is changed. So I can do on change, and when it's changed, I can go ahead and say handle change. Okay. Now I have to create that right here. So const handle change is equal to arrow function. Okay. This. And also, because we're using a form, we use a form so that when we click enter, all this data gets submitted. So for that, for this button, for the form actually to submit, we'll have to do type is equal to submit. Nice. Now, instead of this handle change, what I can actually do is I can create a piece of state. So const input and then the setter function, so set input and then is equal to use state. Okay, use states, and I can just select the auto import one. Now we have set up a piece of state. Now we want to map this to the input. So to do that, we'll just say value is input, which is the state right here, and that's nice. So right now, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this function. So handle change, okay, and over here on change, I'm just going to fire off the function right over there. I don't need a fully separate function for that actually. So that takes an event, okay, takes an event, and now I can set input to be e dot target dot value. So what does this mean, right? So e.target.value simply means the value that has been typed into this input, okay? So in our case, it's going to be hello world. So that's the value which has been typed in to the input. And maybe that would have been small. Just made it big right here so that you guys can see that clearly. Okay, that's nice. So now what we want to do inside of handle click, and you know what, because we have done handle submit, so not only whenever we click on this button, okay, also when we hit enter on this input, okay, it's gonna do it. What I mean by it's gonna do it is it's gonna actually submit the form, okay. So now as you can see, if I type in a value and I hit enter, the page refreshes, which we don't really want. So over here, for handle click, I can just take in an event. So I can take E. And then here, what I can do is I can just do E dot prevent default. It's going to prevent the default behavior for that's refresh. Now I can console log the button was clicked, and also I can console log the input value is. We can have these three things or not. Let's just have like point. Okay, the input value is, we're gonna add the value of whatever the input state was. Now if I hit save, then we come back to the app to how the app looks at this point. So now enter your name. So if I go ahead and say Akshat, okay, that input dot, okay, the name is, and I hit save. Here I can just type in options and I can open up the inspector console. I'm just going to clear that out, and if I hit submit, the button was clicked, and also the name is Akshat. If I do Akshat 123, even if I hit enter, boom, the name is Akshat 123. Nice. So that's the value whatever has been typed in to the input. Okay. So basically, that was it for this video for actually handling events with methods in React. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.